Shine its light. God needs us. Shine its light. God needs us. Shine its light as deep as you. So use me. Oh God, I
And so for the first couple of songs, you get me this morning with the band. So, same thing that we've been doing, One Big Family by Gary Lynn Floyd, till we get it in our bodies. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Same thing. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Here we go, guys. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Yeah! We survived the first one. And now we're going to do another one. Come home, Jamie. Holy, holy way, Ricky Byers. Whenever you're ready, gentlemen. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I failed. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I failed. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me walk each day a little kinder. Find the melody, dude. Each day a little kinder. Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser. Oh, let my steps reveal the path of peace. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Ha ha, we did it.
Way. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing this morning in a holy, holy way? Doing quite well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Eugene Holden. I am a member here and a practitioner here at the beautiful Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. And I want to welcome everybody to our Sunday service. Whether you are here in person or joining us virtually, please take the time out, because we would appreciate this, to share this on whatever platform you are using, be it Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is that you share. If you would do that, we would kindly appreciate that. Giving you some time to do that as you're plugging in your stuff here. Now, if this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Loving, we welcome you. Spiritual Loving. Columbia Center for Spiritual Loving. I caught that. Did you catch that? If this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you and thank you for joining us here today. We want you to know that whoever you are and whatever spiritual path you're on, you are welcome and celebrated here. Now, there are a variety of ways to connect and engage with others in this spiritual community. And we invite you to check out our website in the calendar at the website at columbiacsl.com/events. Again, that's www.columbiacsl.com/events. Or you can email us at info@columbiacsl.com. Or you can also call the office at 410-750-8559. Again, that number is 410-750-8559. And now, I get to share with you who we are and what we're up to. Our vision is to contribute to a world that works for everyone. Breathe that in. Our vision is to contribute to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth. We share the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by Spirit, together we build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. As a community, We strive to illuminate the spiritual truth that we all belong to each other. We are in this together. And that calls for us to be inclusive, to embrace and celebrate our unique identities, such as all abilities and ages, all physical characteristics, all gender identities, all national origins, all faiths and spiritual paths, all sexual orientations, and all ethnicities and races, and that's just to name a few. We grow together in classes, in workshops, in service to our shared spiritual community. And you know what? Just hanging out with one another, just chilling. And we come together in spiritual community on Sundays to celebrate life. So, let's get on with that with our beautiful artist today, Felicia Taylor.
How's everybody doing today? Good. I'm going to be sharing a song that I wrote called Shine On Me. Woke up today to take another breath. The sun is shining. Won't take for granted all the love I feel down deep inside me. I only wish to spread the joy and laughter God is giving to me. I give thanks for each and every day. Let your love shine on me. Make a way for brighter days. Feel the sunshine on your face. Shine on me. Guide me to a higher place. I always know I'm in your grace. I release the past, I'm in the present. Things are feeling newer. My eyes are open wide, I feel alive. I can see the future shining so brightly with positivity God's given to me. I give thanks for each and every day. Let your love shine on me. Make a way for brighter days. Feel the sunshine on your face. Shine on me. Guiding me to a higher place. Always know I'm in your grace. Shine on me, shine on me, shine on me, shine on me, shine on me. Hey, yeah. Shine on me, shine on me, shine on me, shine on me, shine on me. There will never be a day that I will feel you are now with me, guiding me to see the light in everything that is around. Shine on me. Make a way for brighter days. Feel the sunshine on your face. Shine on me. Guiding me to a higher place. I always know I'm in your grace. Yeah. La da da da. La da da da. Shine on me. Make a way for brighter days. Feel that sunshine on your face.
Good morning. My name is Rebecca Bell. Our spiritual reading this morning is Co-Partner with the Eternal, a collaboration between the writings of Ernest Holmes and accompanying commentary by Reverend Dr. Jesse Jennings. Science of Mind magazine, October 16th, 2023. A quote from Margaret Lee Runbeck: "Happiness is not a state to arrive at, but a manner of traveling." Ernest Holmes, in Living the Science of Mind, page 43, writes, "Prayer, in its truest sense, is not a petition, not a supplication, not a wail of despair. It is rather an alignment, a unifying process that takes place in the mind as it reaches to its divine self and to that power greater than the human understanding. In the act of such prayerful and reverent communion with God, one senses a unity of good, the completeness of life, and, at times, the veil of doubt is lifted and the face of reality appears. This consciousness, which has been referred to as the secret place of the Most High, is an experience rising out of the conviction that God is all there is, beside whom there is none else. Prayer, then, is communion, and this communion pronounces life to be good. Prayerful communion ascends to that place where unity has not yet become variety, where the unformed one is ready to take any specific shape. In this act of communion, the individual becomes co-partner with the eternal and gives birth to time, space, and conditions. Jesse Jennings comments, "Praying from a position of consciousness connection is more conviction than conversation, more affirmation than asking. The mind we are using to assemble answers is a function of the universal mind that has been ready for us. Our certainty of a divine presence exists in a sphere incapable of knowing any absence. As unity moves into variety, things get interesting. Now we are able to imagine separateness, thereby denying our own spiritual inheritance. Our job is to heal this delusion through prayerful communion, steering our attention back to what in Psalm 91 is called the secret place of the Most High, the place of unbroken unity." Today's affirmation: I see in everyone that which I know to be true about myself. Therefore, everyone I think of is blessed by my thought. And so it is. Namaste.
Good morning. If you all could just sit back in your seats, put your feet squarely on the floor. And if you will, close your eyes. Now, let's take a deep breath, hold it, and let it go. Take another deep breath, hold it, and let it go. Take one more deep breath, hold it, let it go. And as we enter into this silence, I ask you to just see in your mind's eye a field, green, with all kinds of flowers. And it reaches as far as you can see. See yourself turning around in a circle. And there's just this field of beautiful flowers stretching out all around you. And in this secret place of the Most High, you can just rest and relax. Don't worry about any allergies or Any hay fever? That doesn't exist here. Don't worry about any bugs crawling on you. They're not present here at this time. This is just you and the serenity of nature. There are no cares here. No need for worry here. Just peace. Unlimited peace. If you choose it. Because the choice is always ours. And in this moment, we together choose peace. So if you will, take a seat in the field if you've not already. And if you're comfortable, just allow yourself to just lay back and rest on this field of green. And you look up and you see the sun and the clouds and all kinds of shapes. Is that a kitten over there? Oh, look at that. Wherever we are, God is. At all times, God is. So we just sit back and enjoy the sun, the clouds, the grass, and just sit in silence for a moment. This field, this space is always available to you. For wherever we are, God is, and we can always go into our inner prayer closet, our inner place of just serenity and peace. We can always choose to be still and know. So during the course of your week, when things may seem stressful, when you may face a challenge, know that this secret place is always available to you. Where we can choose to experience the peace of God that passes all understanding. And as we leave this sacred space and come back into this sacred space, in this room where we are here together, I ask you to join me in this affirmative prayer. I know God. what I know is that God is all. There is nothing outside of God. There is no place outside of God. There is nothing outside of God. God is all. And because God is all, that means I must be part of God. I must be included in that divine allness, or there would be God but God is all. And that means also that you are included in the allness of God. You are divinity expressed here and now. And being divinity expressed, you are the good of God present here and now. Yes, we face challenges. Yes, we face seeming difficulties. Yes, life is real, but God is the life. God is the good, and all we can do is look to the hills from whence cometh our help. And we know that God being good, we know that God being love, we know that God being joy and peace and serenity and wisdom and abundance and prosperity, if we are part of God, then all that God is immediately and ever available to us because it is part of us. And when we are looking for aspects of God, we look to ourselves. We look within. We go into that secret place and we know and we affirm, I am love. I am peace. I am abundance. I am prosperity. I am joy. I am wholeness. I am strength. I am wisdom. Unlimited God, I am. Omniscient God is present and active in and through me, so nothing is beyond me. We affirm these truths, and knowing these truths, we know that everything is working together for our good. Everything is working together so that we can exist and live with grace and ease. And this is our choice right here, right now, to know divine grace and ease. And I know this for you. I affirm this for you. And I'm so grateful because God does not let His word go forth void, and so my word must be accomplished. My word must be made perfect, whole, and complete. And because that is the case, I can give thanks that all is well. So grateful to know all is well. And I know this for me, and I know it for you. All is well. And I surrender this word to the law, knowing that Spirit has received it, knowing that Spirit has already said yes, knowing that the seed that has been planted is already ripe and harvested. As Jesus said, the field is ripe, the harvest is ripe already. And so we reap it, we claim it, and we celebrate it here and now by affirming together. And so it is. And so it is.
This song is called Child of the Universe by Faith Rivera. I am a child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother Earth. I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have a light for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on a tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me. Oh. I am a child of this universe. Through my breath, more life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every tree. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. Yes, I am a child of this universe. I greet the light in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. I am honoring all of life. Yes, I'm held by Father Time. To every blade of grass, to every shaking leaf on tree, to every mountain top, sing of the glory of God moving through, moving as me, moving as you, moving as all.
Get all my buttons turned on here. Let's take a breath together. I want to first welcome the new faces and let you know who I am. I am Reverend Rafe Ellis, and I am honored and privileged to be the senior minister here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. This morning we are talking about the tyranny of the or. It's amazing that two little letters can have so much power. And what has come to me this morning, as often does, is like I do all this work to write a talk, and I'm not even sure why anymore, because it changes while I'm sitting here. It's like, okay. So I'm going to invite you to just go within for a minute and imagine the expansiveness as far as you can feel it in every direction. The openness, the infinite possibility of life. Really let the magnitude of that sink in. You got it? So let's do a little call and response game. Up or, high or, big or, right or, I love it, left or wrong. See? There's not always an exact. Right? My way or, I know my people. Now, how does your energy feel? Feel different than it did when you were in all that expansiveness? We found this thing under here. Laura, it's gone. I was going to use that little net. No, it's okay. We don't know why there was a little tennis net under here, but there was. And then I had the notion to use it, because what happens with this ore is we start with this huge spectrum. No, my right hand is on the other side of the spectrum. You can't see it over there, but it is. It thinks it is. And as we ore, the ends get closer and closer and closer until there is no longer a spectrum. Infinite possibility has ceased to exist.
Come on.
For some reason, other than I now know how much I enjoy him, Fyodor Dostoevsky came to me this week. And he says one of the most brilliant things I've ever heard. The best way to keep a prisoner from escaping is to make sure he never knows he's in prison. Because you will make no attempt to escape. And I submit to you that ore is perhaps the most crowded linguistic prison that we've created, and we don't even know we're in it. Because it builds walls that imprison us from even taking a walk in the prison yard. It's a very small cell that we've relegated ourselves to living in. Or by definition is exactly that, or. And it comes with the implied either or. Right? So it brings us down to two things. All the things that don't work in my life pretty much live in that category. And then when I find something that doesn't work, I start looking for the one other thing that does work, as if there is only one other thing in infinite possibility. Only one of them will work.
Yes.
Really? That's a very small prison with no way out. The origin, this is where my social justice person comes out. The origin of the word or is other. And in our social constructs, it is the othering through opposites that is hurting all of humanity. It is the othering in opposites, white or black, gay or straight. We've created a very tiny binary world. You're either rich or poor. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing. The tyranny of it, the definition of tyranny, cruel, oppressive, unreasonable, and arbitrary use of power or control over another. The tyranny of or. My favorite part, the word derives from the Latin tyrannus, meaning illegitimate ruler. Illegitimate. Has no legitimacy. None. So this or thing, we can bury that if we choose. If we choose. And choosing to get rid of or is really scary, or we would have already done it. No matter how much discontent it brings us, we dig our heels in. We kill one another over this or. Now, again, why things come up for me in terms of talks I have surrendered to, I don't need to know. But the biblical reference that has just been right there for 2 weeks now is Genesis 11, verses 1 through 9. If you're a Bible person, you may recall that as the story of the Tower of Babel, or at least as it's presented. Historically, there is no evidence that there was ever a tower in Babel. Factually, the term Tower of Babel is nowhere in the Bible. There is a city of Babel in which they described building a tower. But there is no reference to a Tower of Babel in the Bible. What's interesting to me is this concept of or, especially in terms of how we teach spirituality, that it's either this way or that way. Yeah. So what I grew up learning about the Tower of Babel is it was God intervening to show humanity who's boss. That's the short version of it. That it's interpreted as humanity attempting to build a tower into the heavens that circumvented God, and God said, I ain't having it, and punished everybody by making them speak a different language. That's the story I got. When I read that passage in context, and this is an important piece, and because of that, it was named Babel, meaning confusion. Well, if you go back to chapter 10, it references the city of Babel, so it was already named. Babel is Hebrew, it comes from the Hebrew Babylon. So the act of building the tower clearly did not create naming the city Babel, because it was already there a chapter before. So I'm just going to call lie on that version, because it's right there. The other interesting thing is that if you read historically and study, the building materials of the time were stone and mortar. And in this particular story, and I call it a story on purpose because I think it's an allegory like much of the Bible. In this particular story, the reference is, let's build bricks. Now there is a vast difference between stones and bricks. It also talks earlier in Genesis, because this came after the flood, right? And so it's referenced that people were separated throughout the land from the flood. So they're already separated. Yet when the story is told, the confusion of language separated people. I don't think so. It was already happening. It was already happening. The idea of building bricks versus using stones, what is significant to me about that are bricks are all the same. We have a society that has traveled into this land, and now we have a society that's saying, let's create sameness. It says right there in the biblical reference that they were already of one lip. And then the distinction goes to tongue, which is how people speak. Right? It already acknowledges the oneness. And the analogy to stone is, even though every stone is different, we're one. But then humanity decides sameness is the supreme way to be. I believe that's what this story is really about. Let's create bricks. Let's make everybody the same and build this society of supremacy. I'm just saying that maybe could be what it's about. More than God punishing its creation by making it speak different languages. I think the different languages were already happening, and I think there's evidence for that in the Bible. But this idea of either or, we've narrowed it so tightly that we misinterpret oneness as meaning sameness. And if you're not like me, you're not a part of me. Really? And the most dangerous part of all of this, again going to Fyodor Dostoevsky, he says this in the Brothers... Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Above all, do not lie to yourself. A man who lies to himself and listens to his own lies comes to a point where he does not discern any truth either in himself or anywhere around him, and thus falls into disrespect towards himself and others. Not respecting anyone, he ceases to love. And having no love, he gives himself up to passions and coarse pleasures in order to occupy and amuse himself. And in his vices reaches complete bestiality. And it all comes from lying continually to others and himself. A man who lies to himself is often the first to take offense. I ain't judging, I'm just reading what the man wrote. It sometimes feels very good to take offense, doesn't it? And surely he knows that no one has offended him, and that he himself has invented the offense and told lies just for the beauty of it. That he has exaggerated for the sake of effect. That he has picked up on a word and made a mountain out of a pea. He knows all of that. And still he is the first to take offense. He likes feeling offended. It gives him great pleasure, and thus he reaches the point of real hostility. See humanity in that anywhere? I do. And all of that is this tyranny, this illegitimate or. This place of power over. And I submit to you that in oneness there is no sameness. that in difference there is no separation. This paradox. God is big enough that it creates in multiplicity still one. Now that's hard for us in this human realm to wrap our heads around. It is. We even name our fingers. We even give our fingers different names. They're part of the same hand. The hand is part of the same body, but they got different names. Because we separate. We separate and we separate and we separate. Is my shoulder good or bad right now? I don't know. It's my shoulder. What if it's neither? What if it's both? Right? What if we begin to just at least consider getting rid of or? Just consider it, because the minute you do, the gap opens. Because just considering it creates some degree of possibility. I am not going to stand here and say, here's a bucket, leave all your oars in the bucket, go forth and have a fabulous life, because that would just be stupid. Because we have to navigate our human stuff. But what I will suggest to you is there are ways around it. And one of those is to stop lying. Stop lying to ourselves. Stop pretending like your or is faithful and someone else's is not. Because this is what Ernest Holmes says about that. And if this is the stuff that scared me into a very clear, deep spiritual practice. This right here. It is not going to take any more faith than we now have for one of the greatest lessons we can learn about faith is that we always possess it. You got that? You always possess faith. But too often we are using it negatively. All those things that you believe are crap, you have faith in the crapness of that thing. As a matter of fact, we are always, where did my page go? We are always affirming something. Always. Be it good or for ill. We are always either saying I can or I cannot. What we need to do is to eliminate the negative and accentuate the positive. Anybody else just see Jiminy Cricket? I just have a Disney character dancing across my head. I love it. In doing this, we shall gradually acquire the habit of affirmative thinking. It's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen by you coming in here once a week, hearing me talk about it, and then going out the door and doing nothing with it. It's a practice. And if you're operating in the either or, either I'm getting it all right or I'm getting it all wrong, I submit to you that you're invested in getting it all wrong. Because that's what you have faith in. Every place where I find one of those opposites, this is the hardest thing to really own and say out loud. Every place where I have the opposite is where I believe most. Or I wouldn't have it. This is your good idea. Or, which is my belief. We get to flip that paradigm. We get to get out of everybody else's business and deal with the either ors that are operating in you. Because to be up in somebody else's business, is code for you're wrong, I'm right, which is one of the most insidious, ugly either-ors that we use and pretend that we don't. So I'm going to wrap up with this because there's another way to use or, and we're actually going to talk about that next week. Next week we're going to talk about the genius of the and. Right? And you can actually use or to open yourselves up to that and. And it goes like this. Up until now, I have believed this, and people have told me this, and what I think is available is this, or there could be something else. See, if we just use the or, there could be something else. I believe this, I believe this, I believe this, or everything I know could be wrong. Now we're using or to open the prison, to get some fresh air. Right? You get to choose. And I will never be checking, So Deborah, how did you use or this week? Could you, It's none of my business. My business isn't to monitor how you use these teachings. My business is to offer it to you. My business is to meet you right where you are. To do everything I can to help you understand it. I have a t-shirt that Deborah got me years ago when I was early in ministry that says, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. And that's just true. But I will meet you in whatever trench or whatever mountain you find yourself, and we'll do it together. I will hold your hand. I will do everything I can to support you, but I cannot do it for you. And I won't chase you. You got my phone number, use it. I'll be right there when you do. But it would be insulting for me to chase you down and say, I noticed this behavior and I think this is going on, so I'm here to save you. No. Dudley Do-Right, I am not. But I know in every fiber of my being that you are already equipped with every answer that you're looking for. That you already are infinite possibility and form. And some days, folks, it's so simple. I talked with a young man earlier this week, and he was describing himself as an inner monster. Because that's what he felt like. And what came to me, the words that came to me in this conversation with truly a total stranger was, you are not a monster, you never have been. The monster inside of you is pain. It is not who you are. It is something you are experiencing, and that can change, and then you get to be who you are. And it shifted everything for him. To the point where now he's texting me wanting to know if his buddies can call me. I'm like, okay. Because that's how it's contagious. And it's tiny little things. And so I invite you this week, when you catch yourself in the either or, when you catch yourself polarizing, and you'll notice it first when you're pointing fingers at other people, let's just be honest about that. Right? So when you catch yourself othering people, just start by taking a breath. And instead of or, perhaps step into the or, and invite a different perspective. Change how you use the word or. Just start there. Let's take this into prayer. How good it is to know that there is only one infinite everything that creates out of itself, into itself, to experience itself in multiplicity, that all life is the divine in form, that it has created in its image, and so we must be its image. We must be. And knowing this, I know that I am a divine, intentional, on purpose idea in the mind of God to know itself as this thing I call my life that is its life. And what is true of me is true of all. So I speak my word, claiming and affirming that the consciousness that we are is bubbling up through everything unlike it, to be seen, to be felt, to be known, to be shared, to be lived, to be expanded, to be cherished, to be celebrated. So grateful to know that this is how it works, and that it's always working, always working. And so I am diligent about what I am holding in consciousness, where I am funneling consciousness, to know the expansive, unlimited truth of this one thing that I call God, life, love, peace, power, presence. I celebrate, and knowing that it always responds yes to itself, I know that it's done. And so I can confidently release, knowing there is no waiting period, and be about the business of seeing it in my life as promised. And so I invite you, if any of these words resonate with you, that you join me to make it your own as we say together, and so it is. I love you.
Thank you, Rev Rafe. And now, since we've been given to it, is our time to give. It is our time to practice the law of circulation. So please join me in speaking our prosperity affirmation together. I affirm that all Columbia CSL's accounts now and continually are filled with sufficiency of visible funds to meet all its needs, wants, desires, and commitments, with a divine surplus from which we expand and share our abundance. And so it is. And as you prepare to give now by writing your check or using one of the online giving methods found on the website, I invite you to take your gift in hand and repeat after me. In consciousness of abundance, I give freely. I want to start that again. Can we have a little more energy in this, please? I guess that starts with me, huh? In consciousness of abundance, I give freely. Knowing that I am freely given to. Ushers, please receive these beautiful, abundant gifts. And now, another song by Felicia Taylor.
Woo! All right. This is a song called Look Up Child by Lauren Daigle. Where are you now when darkness seems to win? Where are you now when the world is crumbling? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, where are you now when all I feel is doubt? Oh, where are you now when I can't figure it out? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, hey, look up. You're not threatened by the war. You're not shaken by the storm. I know you're in control. Even when my suffering, even when my eyes can't see, I know you're in control. Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. I hear you calling my name. Hey, look up, child. I hear you calling my name, calling my name. Hey, hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up.
And so I speak a word of blessing, a word of gratitude, a word of acknowledgement that we have participated in the law of circulation. The divine giving to the divine in the form of the divine as money. Giving through Columbia Center for Spiritual Living to do amazing work in the world. We share our abundance as our abundance is shared with us. That's how it works. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And so it is. Okay, got some thank yous. But first I have to find where I am. Because I don't know about other people that give talks, but I tend to get a little out of my body sometimes, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Thank you, Eugene Holden, for being our presider this morning, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca Bell, for being our reader. Thank you, Mr. Eamon James, for doing our spiritual practice. Thank you, Felicia Taylor, for being our guest musician this morning. Always on point. Always. Thank you so much, Jesse Dabbs, for running our cameras and everything back there in the back, our live stream. Thank you, Lenny, for doing our audio. And thank you to each of you. Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Rita. Is that Cindy? Cindy, I lose track. I haven't been here long enough. You can't give me a quiz until the first year. Thank you, Dr. Lisa, for helping with the offering. And thank you to each of you. Now, initially we had looked at having a big birthday celebration for Columbia CSL this month because we turned 40 on the 13th. And there was just too much going on and we didn't have time to pull it off. However, there is a cake. Because cake celebrates everything, right? So right over there is a cake on the table that says, Happy 40th, Columbia CSL. So we are at least acknowledging it. And here's the thing. We came up with some amazing ideas during that town hall meeting a couple months ago. And so we're going to continue to flush those out and actually make those happen because there's some really cool stuff in all the things that we talked about. And so it's not happening this month, but it's going to happen in divine timing. And so thank you for continuing to have your input into all of that. Let's see, what am I doing here? So let's do our affirmation for the week. I'll read it through, then we'll read it through together. I release every perception that is in conflict with love. I release othering. I embrace the brilliance and magnificence in the diversity of creation. Let's say that together. I release every perception that is in conflict with love. I release othering. I embrace the brilliance and magnificence in the diversity of creation. If you need support pulling that affirmation off, these are some folks that can help you. They have been through a tremendous education process, so they are prepared to remember the truth of you. Licensed practitioners that are in the room, if you'll stand so everybody can see your beautiful selves. Prayer is always free. If you want to do some more in-depth work with them through what are called practitioner sessions, spiritual coaching sessions, they each set their own fee and their own structure on how they deliver those. What they deliver is taught. How they go about that, they each get to figure that out. And so reach out to them. Use them. That's what they're here for. That's what they did all this training for. And what I can tell you is that they are amazingly equipped to know the truth of you when you forget. Yeah, thank you.
Don't forget to thank the band.
Yeah. If you want prayer support, there are ways to do that right up here. You can write down a prayer request, put it in the box. We will disseminate that so that everybody knows, the prayer team knows that, and we will hold you in prayer. You can also submit, come back here. You can also submit it to our website on the prayer thing. So I have a special thank you. As we grow, things are going to ebb and flow. Things are going to ebb and flow as we change. And we have been gifted with Jariah for a few weeks now, a few months now. And my understanding is that this is your last Sunday with us for a while. Say again?
I said unfortunately.
Yeah. So life happens. Life happens. What I want you to know is that we have been incredibly blessed, not only by your piano gift, but by the gift of you. The energy, the spark in your eyes, the beauty of your being. Thank you for sharing the gift of you with us. My work here is done. Thank you, Brandon, for being here with us today. My understanding is you're continuing. Awesome. And we got Eugene on the drums, and Jamie will be back. So, there's that. I think that's it for the moment. So let's stand and do our closing song. Let's see how well we can do this without Jamie. We'll frame it that way. Tell me when to start. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Here we go. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. One more time. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that I can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Have a fabulous week. I love you.
One power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. The different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the